Hello, Blue Butterfly. I'm going to read to you a story from the book Spirits of the Earth by Bobby Lake Thom. It is a Native American spiritual story. The name of the story is The Sisters Wish to Marry a Star, and it's taken from the Chippewa, the Cheyenne, and the Lakota. A long time ago, according to our legends, there were two girls who were talking foolishly. This was back in the days when all the animals and birds in our different relations in nature could talk together with understanding. These two girls decided to sleep outside under the stars and open sky instead of inside the lodge. Well, you know how young people can be, full of fantasy and imagination, always liking to make wishes. Our elders always caution that you must be careful about what you wish for, but young people sometimes just don't listen. One girl said to the other as they lay on the ground thinking about life, "With what star up there would you like to make love?" Her friend responded, "Which ones? There are so many. Do you mean the bright white one or the bright red one?" They were silent for a while, as if in deep study. Then the other said, "I'd like to sleep with the red star." Her friend laughed and said, "Well, since you picked that one, the younger one, then I would like to sleep with the white star, because he is the older one." And this is how they talked, teased and fantasized until falling asleep. When they awoke, they found themselves in the sky world. As they looked around, they noticed the strange place and became scared. But sitting next to them were the two stars, which had become men. The white star was very, very old and white hair, while the younger one had strange red-colored hair. They made the girls' wish and fantasy come true. And as a result, the girls ended up staying in the sky world for a long time. As they got to know the place, they came across an old woman who sat over a hole in the sky. She sat there in deep thought, looking down. One day they asked her what she was doing, and she said, "Come and look down through this hole. Down there is where you came from." And they looked down and started crying. They became very homesick. They wished they could get down the hole and back home somehow. Each day they came by and pestered the old woman, asking if they could look down the hole. On the earth below, they could see their village, ceremonies, people happy, and medicine being made. One day the elder felt sorry for them and said, "Why don't you look around here for some plants and roots to make a rope? Then I can help you get down with my power." The girls were very excited and they worked hard for days and nights, gathering a lot of material, cutting and pounding, and shaping it into a very big rope. One day they went one day they were down One day they were done, and the old lady told them to get into her special basket. And she tied the long rope on the basket while singing. With her power, she lowered the two girls farther and farther until they landed in an eagle's nest. But still they were too high and did not know how to get down from there without getting hurt. "What shall we do now?" one said. "I guess we will have to wait and holler until someone comes by to help us," replied the other, while crying. And so it came to be until one day a bear passed by. The girls cried out, but he ignored them. Then they taunted him. "Hey, bear, someday you should get married. Now is your chance. Help us down." Bear thought to himself that they were not all that good looking and perhaps would not make good wives, but he felt sorry for them and didn't want to hurt their feelings. He pretended to climb the tree and said, "I just can't get any higher," and so he went away. The next day a bobcat came by. The girls cried out to him for help and tried to use the same enticement. But Bobcat didn't think they were that pretty either, so he lied. I can't climb up there. I don't have sharp enough claws, and went on his way. The following day, a very ugly man came by, Wolverine. By this time, the girls were getting desperate, so they said, "Hey, Wolverine, my, what a handsome and strong looking man you are. Do you have any wives? Why don't you come up and get us? We have been waiting here just for you." Wolverine became very excited. He thought he had finally had the good fortune to find women who appeared to appreciate what he had to offer. They must be special to be up there so high, he said to himself as he climbed up easily. Since he could not carry both of them, it was decided that he would take one at a time. The first girl left her hair tied behind in the nest as she was being carried down. The Wolverine went up for the second girl, who in turn also left behind one of her hair ties. Wolverine was very happy. He carried his new wives into the forest and showed them off to everyone, all those who before had thought he was ugly and poor. But the girls had devised a plan. One day they said to Wolverine, "We forgot our hair ties in the nest where you found us. We must have them." Wolverine agreed to go back to get the hair ties, for he would do anything for his new wives. In the meantime, the girls pleaded with the trees for help. "We need to escape and get away from this ugly man. When he comes back to whistle for us, you help hide us and answer back by using the wind." And so it went. Every time Wolverine whistled, the wind would come up and the trees would whistle back. Wolverine still goes about doing this, hoping to someday find his two wives. Many blessings, Hotep, blessed be.